Welcome to Art with Miss Allen, with me, Miss Allen. On this channel we will be drawing and coloring, cutting and gluing, painting, and doing a lot of other fun art activities that we can make together at home. I cannot wait to make art with you.
Hey guys, it's Miss Allen. I thought today, since Valentine's Day was this weekend, that we could do a Valentine's project. And I know it's after Valentine's Day, but I'm still feeling festive. But we're gonna take a look at an artist named Kandinsky and his concentric circles, and we're gonna make some really cool concentric hearts. So I hope you guys are ready to learn, and let's get started. So I've talked about Kandinsky before in other videos way back when, but this is one of his more well-known paintings. This is Color Study Concentric Circles. And when he says color study, when he says concentric circles, what he means is that we start with a small circle and get bigger and bigger and bigger, or you start with a big circle and get smaller and smaller and smaller with the same shape. Now, we're not going to use circles today. We're going to be using concentric hearts, which means we'll start with a heart and either get bigger with the heart going out or smaller with the heart going in. But let's go ahead and get started. So for today, all I'm going to be using is a piece of paper that I can fold, some pencil, and some crayons. Not very many supplies today at all. If you don't have crayons at home, you may use anything that you can use to color. Markers, paint, colored pens, colored pencils, anything you want. Chalk. Go outside and do this with chalk. Well, if it's warm enough. Don't go outside if it's freezing. But this is going to be a really simple project, and I hope you guys are ready. So I have my piece of paper here, and with Kandinsky's color study, he always had his this way, so I'm going to turn mine wide just to try to make sure I'm doing the same thing. You can turn it tall if you want, but I'm going to make one wide today just for something different. Now, I want to get even boxes on here, and I can do that two ways. The harder way, I think, is to take a ruler and to draw my lines evenly across my paper. I don't want to go get a ruler, and some of you might not have rulers at home. So the easier way for me to do this is to take my paper and I'm going to fold it just in half like a book. I'm going to use my finger to press that down once I get those corners. So now it's in half. I'm going to fold it again in half. And then I'm going to fold it over and in half. So that's a lot of folds. But all I did was I just kept folding to make little rectangles. Now, when I open it up, while it's not going to lie flat right now, you'll notice I have 8 spaces, and that is plenty for today. And remember, if you wanted to go this way, you could. I could make even more if I wanted to with more folds, but I think 8 is plenty. I don't want to get too hard on myself today. So now I'm going to take my pencil, and there is these little valleys and peaks in paper. Peak is when it comes up, valley is when it dips down. But I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to trace over those creases, those valleys and peaks on my paper so that I have all of these nice even spaces now. Right. So you can kind of see it better now that I've lifted it up. It has all of these wonderful little hearts. It has all these wonderful squares. All right, so now that my lines are done, you can see all these lovely little rectangles we've got. Now I need to draw hearts in each one, and I'm gonna do the concentric hearts backwards. I'm gonna make a big heart first and then make it smaller. Now, you can do this with pencil, or you can do this with crayon or whatever you're coloring with. I'm going to do it with pencil, so if I do mess up, it's not a big deal. But when I draw a heart, there's 2 ways you can do it. And I don't know how well you'll be able to see my pencil. But 2 ways you can draw a heart. You can curve out, and I'm going to make big ones. I'm going to try and make them touch the side. Curve out on one side, come down to make a point, then go the opposite way. Come out, touch the side, come down to make a point. So that's one way to make a heart. The other way that people make a heart sometimes is they do a U, or excuse me, they do a 3 that fell over to sleep. So my 3, I do a rainbow line out to the side, rainbow line out to the side, just like that. And then I go down into a V underneath. And that's fine too. Doesn't matter if they're the exact same size. You can tell these 2 are a little different, but that's okay because each of my hearts are going to be different. I'm not a computer. I don't make perfect hearts, but I'm going to make a heart in each one of my spaces. If you have something to trace for your heart, you can trace it as well. All right, now that I have my hearts, I can start doing the colors that I want. So everything outside of the heart, I'm just going to make 1 or 2 colors. Everything inside of the heart is going to be multicolored. So for example, I could take my indigo crayon, which you don't have to use indigo, but I can pick a crayon, and I'm going to make, with my crayon, a nice ring of my heart. So all I'm doing is I'm really just tracing right inside of the heart with my color. Now, once I have that color, I can put it down, can pick a new color, and I'm going to make a little bit smaller of a heart going inside. And I'm going to keep doing that until I run out of space inside the heart. Then I'll move on, and I can use completely different colors in that space. So once I get the heart like this, I'm going to color the outside of the heart too. Great. So now that I have 1 space, I have 7 more to go. Here we go. And it's done. I thought that came out pretty cool. I like how my colors kind of bounce off the page. You can use all the colors in the whole wide world, or you can use just a select few and you'll still get some really cool effects. Sorry, I was not all the way on that screen with this really cool picture, but I hope you guys had fun, and I will see you next time. Bye.